Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia next, where Sarah joins us. Sarah, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Nice to speak with you.
Good to talk with you. How can I help?
So I feel in my career, I feel kind of stuck in between being content, meaning my needs are being met, which I'm super thankful for in this environment with COVID and everything, but also knowing that I could be doing better financially and just being more challenged and maybe more fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I'm struggling with. Also, like I've been a career salesperson, since college. So that's something else that I've always thought about, what else could I do? Sure, I mean, I know I have transferable skills and all that, but my whole career has been, essentially, quota carrying, heavy sales types of positions. So It's kind of what's on my mind.
Okay, so I like this. So how can I help you specifically? What do we need to dig into?
I guess, well, a big thing is, if someone like me has been in a certain industry, in a certain type of position, always. I know that there are transferable skills and things, but often, people or employers, at least that I'm familiar with, they just see you in one capacity moving into another sales role or something. I mean, how would you determine, what would be like a good fit and, how to connect with someone and an employer to show, hey, I'd be great in this, if given the opportunity, that kind of thing.
Okay, now I'm hearing it. It's starting to come out a little bit. When I ask you to tell me more, I think you know what you want to do or you have some good ideas, but it sounds like to me you're dealing with some doubt as to whether or not you would be able to convince somebody to give you a shot. Maybe you don't think you're qualified, even though you think you can do it. Is that right?
Definitely some fear and doubt and uncertainty.
All right, so let's determine what we want to do. What does Sarah want to do? If Sarah didn't have to convince anybody, but she snapped her fingers and did something that was really fulfilling because it was challenging. Because you're just bored out of your mind right now. That's what it boils down to. And you're wondering. And I love when a caller calls in wondering. But I think you actually know you can do it. But you're just figuring out, Ken, how could I convince somebody? That's the easy part. So tell me, this is the most important part of our conversation. What would you try tomorrow if you knew you couldn't fail?
And
you knew that you didn't have to convince anybody. Yeah, what kind of work would you want to do? That's what you've been thinking about.
I have been thinking about it. And I mean, I have a passion for sure is solving problems. But of course, that's super diverse. As far as a specific role, I really am not sure.
All right, don't worry about that. See, now that's where people get hung up. And I'm so glad you're walking through this so people can hear you. I don't want you to worry about the title or the specific, you're getting all hung up in job description or what the title is, blah, 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 blah. I want you to just tell me, what are the problems that you love to solve? Now, here's the deal. I'm going to give you some cheat codes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want you to think of these things, and I'm going to ask you specifically. I'm going to break it down into 4 categories because all work is essentially solving some type of a problem. So do you like people? Do you like solving? Don't answer yet, but there are people problems. There are idea problems. There are process problems. And there are thing problems. Now, let me explain that last one. Things would be air conditioning, HVAC units not working, or an electrical thing is not working, or a mechanical thing is not working. You understand when I say things, what I'm talking about? Okay. So we got people, ideas, processes, and things. When you think about problems that you mentioned, what are the problems that you're good at solving and the problems you like to solve out of those 4 categories?
I think it would be ideas because I think that's just where my strong suit would be.
Great. Give me an example of an idea problem that you would love to solve all day, every day. Just describe it.
I mean, I think I enjoy just problem solving and just finding new solutions where other people may not see solutions. I'm trying to think of how to pinpoint this.
You're close. Just say it. Take me to a work situation. Take me right to a situation where you're coming in and you're a part of the solution. You're solving. Give me an idea what you're talking about.
I mean, just like taking new approaches, even if, it's at the office at work. I mean, whatever like the business problem is that's going on, just like determine or defining like these are different approaches that we could try. And I
Okay.
think this would be the most effective. Oh, I'm
No,
struggling trying to.
don't worry
pinpoint
about it. So let me help you out. So when I say ideas, what I'm talking about is people who are good at idea problems and enjoy dealing with idea problems. That would be marketing, publicity, communications. Does that make sense? Strategy.
Yes.
That's what I mean by ideas. Where you're coming at and you're going, hey, look, we got to figure out, we've got a product, we've got a service that's not doing well since we launched it. Why is it? That's what I mean. You're more on the idea strategy side. Is that still true?
Yeah, I think idea strategy, or maybe since you defined that, maybe more process, like
there we go.
Work processes.
There we go. Because that's
like
not as much strategy as much as we've got a efficiency problem. We've got an effectiveness problem. We got to figure out where this is breaking down. So now do you lean more towards process problems?
Yes, process.
Okay, great.
That makes more sense.
Okay, great. So that's why we do this. And so think about all the different jobs, Sarah, all the different career paths that have you working towards efficiency and effectiveness in processes. So that means you're probably detail-oriented. It's why you've been good at sales, is because you can break down the detail functionality. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay, so the good news is just because you've been in sales doesn't mean you can't be good at processes. What you will then have to begin to show people is how you are naturally talented at detail-type thinking, process-type thinking, where your skill set is there. That's the type of thing that you begin to show people. Oh, even though I've been in sales, it's my process mindset. And I like to explain how this product is going to solve the problem through its efficiencies. And I'm really good at being the spoke in the wheel, because I am good at sales. I'm good at communicating. I'm good at empathy. I'm good at communication. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So think about it. That's how you're selling yourself.
And now that you're bringing that up, I think something that has crossed my mind in the past is like project management.
Boom.
But since I don't have that like on my resume, I'd thought about it and looked into it and looked into the whole PMP thing, but I never really pursued it.
Well, but that's because you're afraid. But the fact of the matter is, that's okay though. But the fact of the matter is, you can do it, don't you?
I do.
So what would it cost you to get some of that certification? And now all of a sudden it is on your resume. What would it cost you?
I don't actually know. I'm
That's
sure
your homework assignment.
Affordable.
Homework assignment 1.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so if you do like pursue that kind of certification, I mean, so that goes on your resume, and I suppose that would just show like initiative that you want to move into that field, and people look for that certification.
Yeah, but guess what? You've been in sales your whole career. How many times have you worked with somebody who's basically a PM?
Quite a lot.
Well, how about calling them up? A little Zoom call, a little phone call, a lunch, a breakfast, a coffee. Hey, help me understand what my experience as a salesperson brings to the PM process. And they can help identify it and speak the language. Then guess what? They know a lot of people, right? And they start talking to other people in the project manager world. How about your current company? You go, hey, I've been good in sales. I want to identify a PM role in this current company. If it doesn't exist, you find one in another company. But again, you just find out what it takes to really be successful as a PM, and then you start talking it up. And again, your sales experience is going to make you even more valuable because you know how to work with salespeople.
I like it.
Yeah. So, Sarah, this is all about you getting over the fact that you don't have what it takes, because you know you do have what it takes. And now let's go get qualified. And then let's start making some conversations happen. And let's get ourselves into maybe a nice PM role. Maybe you make a lateral move financially, but then you eventually can move up. But I would start with the homework assignment of what is it going to cost you? It's the money question, the financial question, the economic question. What's it going to cost me to get this certification? That's the knowledge piece, the experience piece. I think you have a lot of that. It's just transferable. And in talking, listen, folks, when she talks to other successful PMs, they're going to show her in her resume, in her work experience, what is transferable. And the other fun exercise, another homework assignment, Sarah, go online and look at a couple job descriptions for PMs that are being hired. Read the job description and go to your body of work and go, oh, what matches up? Well, they're looking for this. I've got this. And you literally plug in your experience and your skill set into the job description. And all of a sudden, you're going to see that confidence really pop up.